Alright, so let's get into the most important part, which is the content. Now, there are different kinds of content that do very well. There's amazing content. This is just athletic feats, like people lifting huge weights, people doing crazy backflips or whatever it is. There's food, which is, we all know food does well because I can watch food videos all day and not cook a damn thing. There's talent. Talent is like singing, rapping really fast, or whatever it is. There's comedy, educational videos, suggestive videos, which are just, you know, girls showing cleavage or girls showing their body figure or whatever it is. There's clickbait videos, which are really just you telling someone that something's gonna happen and it doesn't happen. Or you alluding that, you know, there's some kind of ending in it and it doesn't actually happen. Those do really well. For example, my friend Eric Howe, he had a video of him holding an egg on top of like the 50th floor in a building, and the caption was, my friend was so mad because he had the egg, the camera was pointed down, and his friend was at the bottom of the floor, and he was alluding that he was gonna drop the egg on his friend's head, and he never dropped it. I was kind of mad because I wanted to see it, but whatever, it worked, it got views, and it got engagement. There's mind tricks, which are just, you know, let's say you do a math trick, like pick a number between 1 to 5, add 3, minus 2, subtract by 6, and then somehow I magically guess your number. I did these a bunch of times. They work really well because for some reason kids just don't understand that it's just basic math. But whatever. Life hacks, we all know what those are. Just showing, you know, basic ways to be more efficient in life. Behind the scenes videos, which actually do better than regular videos sometimes. Behind the scenes videos is just you explaining how you did a previous TikTok video that may have been brain boggling or whatever it is, and a lot of the times those do better than the actual video, crazy enough. Contextualized videos, relevant videos, so meaning you speak to a very narrow and specific group of people, like video gamers, like only boys will get this, or only girls will get this, or only people that live in Philadelphia will get this, or only people that have Chinese parents will get this. Something that's specific to a specific group of people does really well. It worked for me because I do, you know, things that Philly people say, and I've amassed a large Philly following. So those do well. So let's talk about captions. Captions that provoke a question do really well. For example, I'm never going back again, or we got kicked out after this, or I can't believe they did that to us. Basically, these captions, the purpose is to make the user say, wait, what happened? Why'd you get kicked out? Why are you never going back? Did you do something wrong? It just makes them want to watch the video all the way to the end. Those do really well. Typos do really well. It's always great to appear dumber than your audience. That's one of the 48 laws of power. Always appear dumber than your audience, because people love to correct you. People love to be right. People love to feel like they're the smartest ones in the room. So sometimes just let them. Sometimes if I can't think of a funny caption or something clever or something provocative, I'll just purposely misspell something. Sometimes I'll misspell something that, you know, could like one misspelling could change the whole sentence, you know? So play around with those. Shock value. Captions that make a statement that is kind of wild. Like for us, me and my friend Eric is yelling at strangers. When you see a caption like that, you're like, why is this guy yelling at strangers? What is he gonna do? What do the strangers do? Do they react? Do they beat him up? Like, what's going on? So those do really well. So if you could somehow use one of these 3 captions, captions that provoke a question, captions that have typos, and captions that have shock value, your video, sometimes a caption can be the difference between a video that gets 10,000 views and 100,000 views, or 100,000 views and 5 million views. Crazy. Thumbnails. Thumbnails should be clean, not blurry. If there's a lot of action in it, try to find the least blurry shot. If you can find people smiling, those do well. If you can find girls smiling, everyone likes to see girls, even girls like to see girls. So if you can find people that are just happy and in a good mood, or just something weird, like I've seen some captions, some thumbnails that just looked weird and I couldn't understand what it was, so I had to click it to find out, and those do well. Yeah. Hashtags. So when using hashtags, some of the hashtags I recommend you use are hashtags, and I recommend you use this in all your videos. Use all of these in each video if they apply. Trending hashtags that are relevant to what you're talking about. So if a hashtag is trending for that day, like the red ones we talked about in the last video, you want to make sure your video is relevant to other videos that are also using that hashtag. Don't use like irrelevant hashtags. right? Use hashtags that involve your city and state, because TikTok is very localized. Use hashtags that involve the song that you use, if you use a song, the artist of the song, if you use a song, branded hashtags, your hashtags that you want to use, that you want people to start using, hashtags for brands that are either you're wearing or brands that are featured in the video. If you're at Wawa, hashtag Wawa. If you're at Pizza Hut, hashtag Pizza Hut, so on and so forth. And hot topics. Sometimes I'll mix in a hashtag about something that's happening in the world in general that doesn't necessarily have to do with the video. These are hit and miss. I don't do that often, it's very rare, but you can do what you want. All right, good. So that's the basic overall view of creating content, what kind of content works. Next, we'll talk about storytelling in your content and how to take a boring video and make it very interesting, keeping the viewer engaged the whole time, all the way to the end.